that we've got kicking here. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning. There you go. And you can see that little cluster right on the border, over the border from Florida there into southern Georgia. Jacksonville, those storms have pushed out of your area. And it's just that I-10 and just to the north where we're seeing the strongest thunderstorms. In and around Charleston, if you remember, just on Monday, all the severe weather that we had here from Walterboro to Charleston. Now, this is all thanks to a front, and we also have some winds that are cutting across. That's going to give us a little oomph, a little fire, a little spice in those thunderstorms, and there's plenty of moisture to be had as well. And we're going to try to squeeze out as much as we can because of our deficits in Florida and how dry it's been. But from Brunswick, Georgia to Port St. Lucie and all the way over into Cedar Key, thunderstorms are likely today. A little bit of that daytime heating can help kick off some more of that weather. But you can clearly see where the front is, and then just that flow of moisture over Florida with some of that daytime heating. You'll get some boomers out there. You know what it's like, Floridians, and I think you'll be happy to actually have a little break from the heat, from that direct sunlight, some of that moisture, some of that cloud cover. It's all much needed here into Florida. We're just hoping it's not too much at one time. But notice Jacksonville, 60s, right? We're hitting our warm spot. By the way, there's a north wind in Jacksonville, so you're past that front. And then I actually looked up the ob into Orlando, and our winds are still have that southerly component. And so right in between the two is where the front is, cool to the north, and Jim, much warmer to the south there. And it's only a 2-hour drive from Jax to Orlando.
Yeah, you're on the north.
The mountains there in the benches, you are getting some snowfall. So watch how this all sinks south today. In Wyoming, we watch the snow develop. Temperatures are dropping off as well. You'll be about 40 or so in places like Cheyenne to start, but then we see the cold air come in, the snow coming down. Happens overnight tonight in Denver. So yes, we're going to get another snow coat. You probably noticed, or maybe you didn't, but Denver, we lost all the snow that we got over the weekend. That great April sun will do that. However, we're going to add in again and just repeat and coat everything with some new snow all the way down through the Colorado Rockies, the I-25 corridor. Travel on Interstate 80 then from Wyoming into Nebraska will also be impacted. 76 could be impacted as well. It may be just north of there where you get some of the bigger amounts. Definitely the mountains will get the most, of course. Boulder, though, you're going to pick up more snow. We are now at our 5th snowiest season on record, Boulder, and you can see you're in that range of like 7 to 10 in terms of snowfall amounts. So more shoveling for you. Cheyenne, we've got a big snowfall coming our way. We've got about 9 or 10 inches of snow in the forecast. It starts for you tonight as temperatures, plummet into the teens. We stay in the 40s and the snow keeps coming down. Then we drop to 9, Steph. So the cold air sticks.
Okay, so the cold air is going to be getting into places like Chicago, northern Missouri, Ohio. It's not going to be as cold. The good news that we have is that we are going to see warmer temperatures head northbound here, and we have that dividing line, and right along that dividing line, that's our lift, and that's where we are going to see the snow come down. Now, we need it. Places like Chicago, 5.9 inches below average on snow. That is not including what's coming down right now. Cleveland, we are 37.2 inches below average on snow. And, unfortunately, Chicago is going to be on the periphery, and there's just no way Cleveland makes up 37 inches with this, but we'll get some. It's going to melt pretty quick, though, with that warmer air coming in. You can see the showers on the south side here. And then as you get into upstate New York and New England, we'll see a little snow. Maybe even to Boston, you might get a novelty flake if you're lucky. A lot of places will see that rain-snow mix, though. There's your stripe. As you see, Chicago on the north side of that, maybe a few little bursts of 5 to 8. Snow's always tricky like that. Snow will always get you. You always get that little burst somewhere, always. Kansas City, you see down to 28, so it's not 9 like Jen was talking about. But, Jim, in theory, we could get snow here in Indianapolis all the way into the beginning of